You are? It's been so long since anyone's come down here. I was
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's beautiful. I am begging you to stay for...
Hi. Do you think you can get me out of these...
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding they're large and heavy. Far too
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams. Someone else here? Your shouts and plead. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you.
There's a slight panic rising in the princess.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with a determination as she rips her flesh from her bone. A sound comes. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that. Fine. Against your better judgment, you place the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding her to this place. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit. She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal. No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm dripping rhythmically to the ground. How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess approaches the bottom stair, your body steps forward and raises the blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do that. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive. The blade. Move the blade. As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance, the princess takes a cautious step forward.
We both know this isn't you.
She nervously reaches towards you and takes the blade from your infuriatingly rigid hands. What?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew. It is agony.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
Stay strong. We can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. For her sake? Don't you start pretending that dying a painful death is some sort of heroic gesture. Whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest again and again and again, and you feel every inch.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her knife work is, does it? A stab wound is still a stab wound, and it won't be long before you bleed out.
I'm so sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. The princess stares down at your ruined chest as it can't just end like this. Oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path, you're here to... A warning before you go any further. She will lie. If only you knew what you did to us, you villain. Excuse me? Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He's trying to keep us apart. Last time? What are you talking about? I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try to ignore him. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead. The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries. A prison befitting a royal prisoner. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, a soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. It's somehow even more beautiful than last time. Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you? We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the My love! We're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment. You know she can't hear you, right? She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit. Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. You've been here before, haven't you? That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by... And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. We damned a whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. Horrible for you, maybe. But we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet, and now, hold on, if she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you, just do...
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? What? No, she's a prisoner here. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird? She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic smiling. No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behavior and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So,
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
did we? We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery. She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness.
You died, and now we're talking. I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. Are you listening to her? That's a confession. At least you're being honest. I can't believe that the fate of the entire... The princess shifts in uncomfortable confusion.
Me too. I don't care.
She wasn't confused for long. If she doesn't care, then clearly she didn't end the world. It would take a great desire for evil to do something so inconceivable, and our dear... If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me. I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him. No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, You're what? I would if you had a weapon. Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without us. You wouldn't. I would. I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings, and doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to. I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon. Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now? That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers. We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending. I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse you love-blind fools have left. You and the princess walk up the stairs hand in hand. Ugh, look at the way she's smiling at you. And what happens after we walk up the stairs? Let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair!
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength. Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her. Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you would. Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the every whim of that delusional voice. I'm just along for the ride at this point.
Well, I don't know. Do you think I can?
Of course she can. Nobody is leaving this basement.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Like a pair of teenagers in love, You and the princess place your hands on the and the lock clicks and the door creaks open. Are you kidding me?
I told you our love was insurmountable.
You and the princess make your way upstairs and the blade. That's right, there's still a chance for you to do the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late. You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the end of the world and make me suffer.
That's the way out. We're going to leave together, just like you wanted.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room, opening the door to the cabin. And then you step outside.
A happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go?
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
She's gone. Where did she go? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? I'm begging you.
This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That kind.
Something. She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Let me guess. End the world?
Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection, and then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do? I just want to make you happy.
She can't just want to make us happy.
It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
I just want to make you happy.
Is she broken? What's going on? What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar.
Okay, I'll find something else to want if that makes you happy.
This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right. I fail to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us.
I just want to make you happy.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're alone right now? Like... No, she's gone.
Something finds me. She asks that I tell you won't.
And slay her before... You take the blade from the table, turning its tip towards the unsuspecting princess. Thank you.
Wait. No. You barbarian, what are you doing?
But you ignore the pleas of the foolish little voice and strike. The princess's eyes grow wide with terror as the blade falls, but she does absolutely nothing to stop you. Your blade pierces her heart, and she collapses pathetically to the ground.
I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong?
No, my love, you did nothing wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not you.
I'm going to die now. I think that's what you want.
And just like that, she's dead. And the world is saved. Thank you for seeing this through. I know it must have been difficult.
I feel sick. Sick? You took part in the murder of the fairest creature that's ever lived. And you merely feel sick? I, for one, am absolutely distraught.
You'll get over it. You just saved everyone.
Get over it? You smarmy ass. There's nothing in the world worth getting over it for.
You raise the blade, aiming the point directly towards your heart. Excuse me? No, you absolutely do not do that. Yeah, let's not make any rash decisions. We should give ourselves a minute, take a deep...
Rash. The only rash decision we've made was running our cursed blade through her heart. This is far from rash. This is measured. This is the only thing left for us to do now that she's gone.
Exactly. You're not doing this.
All of you may have previously thought that my passions were too great to stifle, but those were merely passions of joy. I
don't believe this. What? What don't you believe? You plunge the blade into your own heart and collapse to the floor. You can't be serious. Why are you helping him? I'm not. He just made it happen. I'm sorry.
That's right. You're all sorry.
Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods.
You horrid monster. Do you think just because we've returned to the woods you've earned my forgiveness? Our beloved had best be alive and well when...
She won't be alive and well when we return to that cabin, because she's dead.
You killed her, and so I killed you.
And you clearly didn't do a good enough job.
Oh, and I'm still here too. If you lot get to be blessed with seemingly eternal life, that must mean she's still there, waiting for us to throw ourselves at her feet in...
I doubt it. I think I'm better at killing than you are.
So you've been here before. Of course you've been here before. What count is it this time? 2?
It's our 3rd. What gave it away?
Your open discussions.
I couldn't care less what he knows. Every second we stand around arguing in the woods is a second that I'm anxiously worrying about her. Take us to the cabin and take us there now, with...
And if it is permanent, then what?
Oh, you just wait and see. My vengeance will echo the depths of my bereavement.
Don't provoke him. I prefer if we didn't die again. Why not? You've already done it twice.
It was unpleasant.
It was only unpleasant because you think it's supposed to.
I'll make you feel what I feel if it's the last thing I do.
Oh, how exciting.
Can I?
Well, I'm not just going to try. I'm going to actually do.
I'm looking forward to it.
Good.
I am too.
Can I talk now? Yes, I can. Great. Now that you're listening, let me remind you that if you're here in the woods, it means that the princess is not dead, and that... If this isn't the same path in the woods you're used to, that means that her influence is already spreading and you're running out of time.
Wait, but if her influence is spreading, that means there's hope.
Yes, I already told you that she's alive.
Don't mind him.
I'm doing better than any of you.
Influence doesn't require life.
But if things restarted, why wouldn't she be alive?
Who said they restarted?
I shan't listen to the vile mutterings of you serpents. Oh, it's clear, you murderer. Though I should remind you that you're not as in charge as you...
I'm sure his outburst last time was just a fluke. I wouldn't worry about it.
Spoken like a true...
Enough bickering. I'm sure you've already heard my words of warning in one of your past lives.
Oh, we'll muck it up all right. We'll get our happy ending.
Whatever you do, don't let him influence a single decision. I hate that I'm agreeing with him on anything, but I really don't like being at the whims of some...
Yes. Having all those feelings isn't very productive, is it?
You're saying that like stress is just something you can turn off.
It is. It's easy. This is horribly unproductive. The cabin and your extremely important... The interior of the cabin feels dry and brittle. Ancient dust-covered wooden beams hold up a crumbling ceiling like mummified ribs, but you're not alone. You can feel something watching you. Is that... her? Our beloved. She doesn't look very alive to me. Before you can make a move, the figure is gone. The door at the end of the room, but there isn't a door. There's a mirror, that's it. The mirror? Is this some kind of joke? Did you all plan this out before dying? There is no mirror. That's strange. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade? Maybe it's gone because we've already killed her with it. Perhaps it's gone because an oh-so-deserved guilt has started to worm its way into each and every... I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going to do this right. You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You must think you're looking at that mirror you met. It's so hazy. We should try and clean it off. It's time for all of you to see what we've become. You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. The handle is just a little to your right, and a little... So much for our reflection. We didn't need to see ourselves anyway. I see. We are too hideous for even a mirror to behold. No way left to go but down. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an antique staircase lit by weak torchlight. Even the blaze of the torches can't penetrate the odorless air. As if they'd run out of fuel to burn ages ago, their light still flickering more out of habit than from adhering to a physical reality. A wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadow. There she is again. My love. She's just an old memory. Your eyes lock for a brief moment, then she vanishes around the corner. You receive no... Do you think she's upset with us? Of course she's livid. You aren't helping. Are you scared of a little ghost? What's she going to do? As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor. This cell is a dark and isolated place. See? She's dead. No! What foul trickery is this? How can this be? Whatever we saw was a ghost. Do try to keep up.
Your thoughts are interrupted by the sound of a slamming door and a clicking.
You turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you. So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. She is dead. Have you never heard of... Oh, for the love of... Can we not waste time arguing over the semantics of what is and isn't dead? She is clearly conscious. She clearly just slammed the door on you, and she clearly has a weapon. Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her? Slaying or destroying, if we want to be a little more death. We make amends. She obviously still holds us in her heart. She's bearing a torch for us and everything. But she hasn't said anything. Are you sure she can talk like this?
You came back. I missed you.
That angelic voice. I missed you too, my beloved.
You sure snapped back to your old self quick.
Yes, seeing her dazzling countenance again has reignited the warmth in my heart. I have found it in me to forgive the sins this body...
This is a bad place. We're supposed to be together, but it keeps making us hurt each other.
The torch falls from the princess's hand and bounces down the stairs.
It'll be so much better when it's gone.
The skeletal wood of the basement, perfectly dry after uncountable years of death. She's trying to kill us.
A misplaced escalation of her passions, but clearly she still cares for us.
Because I want to be with you. I don't want you to leave.
See? Everything's fine.
Yeah, in a bad way. She just has a unique way of expressing things. The fire grows quickly, devouring the basement, dancing up the walls and painting every surface. We've never burned to death before. Bad! I bet it'll feel really, really bad. Yes, it will be terrible. So you'd better come up with something to do, and fast. I think a bit of fiery passion is good for the world. I'm not spoiling anything. I'm trying to prevent.
It's okay. I'm going to burn too. And then we won't hurt anymore.
She's right about the last part. The heat grows in intensity as the flames draw ever nearer. You can practically feel your skin sizzling already. I wonder if we look good right now. Fire. I don't want to burn to death. As you rush up the stairs, the entire cabin erupts into a raging inferno. You ignore the princess, throwing yourself headlong against the door, bashing at it with your clenched fists in a vain attempt. It's no use. You're stuck here. Your skin starts as layers of you peel away into raw, seeping burns. You feel a hand on yours. You turn to see the princess, face bright and smile wide with manic affection. She clutches you close to her chest, watching with loving eyes as the pain is unbearable at first. Every inch of you screams as your flesh is stripped away, your muscles stiffening as they're cooked. But it isn't long before the flames take your nerves, and with them, your ability to feel much. See? That wasn't so bad. It was so bad. But somehow, you'll get used to it. There are still the feelings of the heart. Oh, they always do in the end. You just haven't experienced enough. Eventually, the princess's smile never fades. Her skin peels away, and then her muscle, until all you can see is her charring skull, locked in an... It's very romantic, really. We got our happy ending after...
She's gone. And there's that. I'm begging you. It's different now. Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. Yes.
Something finds me. She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.